Good morning, everyone.
Oh, there we go.
Good morning, everyone. Hey.
Hi. I guess you can see me now.
Yes, I can see you.
Great. And you look beautiful in the
Thank you.
page. Awesome. So I think that's fair to say for everybody to start sharing. We're starting about 3 minutes late. Um, but super excited that you're here, Garden. This is our Facebook Live. The hope was that we were, and I'm actually then I went straight to Facebook this time, so I'm just trying to StreamYard, and then we could probably share it and see how it goes. Um,
Mhm.
but I always say this: it's my third time doing this, and I'm new, I'm learning, and this is what resilience is all about, right? It's trying.
Absolutely.
And I am so grateful that I have you here today. And as spring is coming, spring is, for me, is a reminder that no matter how long the winter grows, it always comes. The growth always comes, and it reconnects us with purpose, and we bloom in different ways. I love the lotus because there always people think that things don't grow in ponds and whatnot, and the lotus always shows her growth in resilience. And this is what we do. So, for those who don't know me, I'm Priscilla Rodriguez. I'm a consultant clinician, family specialist, and I'm the founder of Family Consulting and Coaching. And I have the privilege to present you guys with Gardy, who can share more about her. But Gardy, it's what can I say? Knowing you, it's amazing. You bring so much insight. You have your own experience of resilience, and here we are. So yes, take the stage.
All right. Thank you so much, Priscilla. Thank you for inviting me onto your platform. I'm truly honored to be on your platform this morning and to talk about spring renewal and reconnecting with purpose. For those that don't know me, my name is Gardite Fougy, and I'm the founder and CEO of Unbreakable Voices. Unbreakable Voices, I started back in 2019 to help women in particular, um, but anyone, but women in particular that was struggling and just had a past of feeling that they've been kind of the underdog or kind of overlooked, not listened to, and been broken. Um, and I've myself have been through that experience personally. Um, I've been through so many things. I have 3 children that have social emotional needs. And so I've had to learn to navigate the system. I've been through different levels of abuse. And so, because of my personal experience, I've been able to use my pain for purpose, and able to reach back out and help people in my community and surrounding communities um, get to their different goals. And so, with Unbreakable Voices, my hope is to help people learn how to navigate the system, learn different ways to advocate for themselves and their families, and get them to their goals, and coach them and support them in doing so. So that's about Unbreakable Voices. But today we will be talking about spring renewal and reconnecting with purpose. Let me see if I can.
And as you're getting ready, I'm so grateful. Unbreakable Voices, the way you use your platforms. I've been following you for like ever, and the way that you encourage me so much, and just seeing how in the share and the tips and strategies that you share, and the way that you encourage and motivate other women and individuals who have gone through similar situation or are experiencing similar situation is just amazing and unbelievable. One thing, Artie, do you mind sharing a little bit? Do you mind putting your website and stuff for those who, while they looking at the live, want to join you, know more about you, follow you? I really strongly encourage you. Like, I know at sometimes in the morning on my way to work, all I have to do is see one of your videos and it just changed my whole day. So I just
Thank
wanted to
you.
share that.
Okay, before I share my screen, let me see if I can pull up the information real quick. And I'll put in the chat.
And while you're putting that, if people could just share our videos, please feel free to ask any questions. And at the end, Gardy or I can respond. But feel comfortable. Grab your cup of coffee.
Absolutely. Grab your cup of coffee or cup of tea. I have my water here next to me because I need usually I have one cup early in the morning and then I kind of try to stay hydrated and drink my water. It's necessary. Um, okay, I'm ready to share. Let's see if this will work today. Okay. Okay, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
No, yes. Let me see. No, I can't see it yet.
Okay, because I can see it on my end, but I just want to make
Okay,
sure
so then it's there. Yes,
you see it. Okay. So
I
it
can
should
see
say spring renewal, right?
it. Yes.
Okay, great, great. So this is my presentation today. Spring renewal, reconnecting with your purpose, a journey of self-reflection, resilience, and regimen. So welcome. I just want to say welcome. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day. I know your mom, dad have to shuffle the kids out and or you have other things that you could be doing, so taking the time out to really look at this presentation, I really appreciate it. Greetings, and purpose of the session is welcome to this empowering interactive session. The theme is spring renewal. Reconnecting with your purpose. um, During this session, we will take time to pause, reset, and realign with personal and professional goals. And why does this matter? It matters because life often moves fast, and we can lose sight of what truly drives us. And I can personally tell you that, like, I've been through that, where you kind of lose drive and lose purpose, going to the ebbs and flows of life. Um, the session is a chance to clear some emotional clutter, set fresh intentions, and steps into a season of growth with clarity and purpose. So I hope you guys are ready. So spring renewal. This is a picture, and people have had different variations of this, but I saw it and I thought this was very poignant for this morning. Um, well, you see there in the picture a small cat, but looks in the mirror and is able to see a line, and even the mouse over here can see that that cat is meant for greatness, is meant to be king in this photo. But or a queen. It's all about the way you look at yourself as well, because I feel like a lot of the times, you other people might look at you in a certain way, and then you kind of take that on to yourself, like, that you're less than. But God says that we're more than conquerors through him that strengthens us. And so, in order to embrace your renewal, you have to look at yourself in a different manner. You have to change your mindset. You have to change your mindset to where, I'm saying, I can do this. I definitely got this. You have to say your affirmations. You have to put people around you that will encourage you and have your back. And I know some people don't even have that. And so, you being in this session this morning, we're going to learn about how to um, change your mindset, and also change different things about you and the process of that. Embracing the energy of spring. So, embracing the energy of spring, symbolism is it's a season of renewal, transformation. It goes from the trees being bare to being able to bear fruit of whatever, whichever kind it is. Um, you know, from old things, things become new. Um, Nature sheds the old to make room for the new. We too can do the same. Some questions that I want you guys to ask yourselves: what areas of my life need renewal? Could be, I need a new routine, that you've been stuck in the same routine and it used to work at one point, but now it's not serving you. So, what can we do to, renew and replenish that? How can we reorganize ourselves so that way we, are off to the best trajectory to get to where we want to be? What emotional mental clutter am I carrying that I need to release? And this is a big one, because everybody, especially nowadays, everybody's going through something, whether it be, maybe a change of positions or jobs. Maybe it's, you have to move. Maybe it's, you know, um, you were making enough, and now the prices have increased tremendously, and now it's the it's not enough. um Maybe it's, there's some situations going on at home or within the family structure, even at work. But despite that, we need to release it. But in order for you to do that, you have to be able to identify that. How can I embrace the season with um, openness and expectancy? I mean, I think that's a heavy question. How can you embrace the season with openness and expectancy? Again, it's really your mindset. If I wake up this morning and I say, "Oh, this is gonna be like a horrible day," then so be it. You know what I mean? I think I think, and I know that whatever we speak, that's what we become. So if we speak positivity, and we speak, expectancy, then and that's when it's going to happen. That's how it's going to happen. And it may not happen right in that moment, but every single day you wake up and say, "You know what? This is going to be a good day. I choose joy today. I choose peace today. I choose, what I'm saying, positivity today." That puts you in a shift in a mindset where, things will change in your behalf. um, some action steps that you can take: visualization exercise. You can close your eyes. um, if you want, we can do it now. You can do it on your leisure. But an action step is a visualization exercise. Close your eyes. Picture yourself stepping into a new season with fresh energy, clarity, and purpose. Even now, as I'm reading it, I'm thinking about the sun. I'm thinking about the beach. I'm thinking about some mangoes. That's my that's my thing that I love to mention all the time. Is that's where I would love to be, sitting in a tropical country, in my front porch with a mango. You know what I mean? So just when I think about that, that makes me super happy and makes me feel positive. Retrospective makes me feel like I'm ready to go this morning. So, whatever it is for you, maybe it's going for a walk. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's you and your sister, you and your brother going for a walk. Maybe it's you and your neighbor going for a walk. Whatever it may be, whatever you need to visualize in ordering for you to feel positive and feel like you really want to get out and you know change the world and conquer the world, so to speak. Then that's where you need to start. So another thing that's very important in that process is setting boundaries. I talk about boundaries a lot, and it's so hard. And I can personally attest to this. It's so hard to be able to set boundaries around people that you love, around people that might have authority over you, like at your job, things like that, and or different spaces. But it's super important for you to be able to set boundaries. So here's a couple of ways to help you in that process. So, one, the first thing and the first step is you have to identify and define what the issue is. So, if I wake up today and I say, you know what, I think I need to clean my room today. Okay, identify. This is just an example. Okay, I need to clean my room today. Okay, that's an issue. In order to figure the setting out boundaries or whatever the case may be, you need to first understand and define what the issue is. And once you're able to identify the issue, then you're able to create a plan. Okay, so I said as the example that okay, I need to clean my room. Okay, I you know it's not cleaning is some people like it, some people love it, some people hate it. Um, but what can I do? What works within my scope in order to do it? I think for me, the first thing I would tackle is making my bed. Right, that's the first thing I probably would start off with, and then I start maybe organizing my closet. You know what I mean? Putting my shoes in a neat fashion, whatever the situation is. Then you come up with a formula or a step-by-step process in order for you to accomplish that goal. And so I just did that by saying, I'm going to start with my bed and then I'm going to organize my closet and set and you put my shoes together, right? So the next step, how is it showing up in your day to how's it showing up in your day-to-day life, right? So whatever the issue is, now that you've defined whatever the issue is, right? You need to understand how it's showing up in your day-to-day life. So it could be um you know my bed's not made, so I kind of it makes me feel a certain type of way, makes me feel like what I'm saying, it just doesn't feel good. So I notice the reaction within my body, how it feels like when my bed's not made. So how can I think to myself, how can I change that, right? um And so then at that point, then that's when I again start to create some type of formula that works for me. And it could be something small too, because, you know, not some people they can be motivated and then they could just throw out the whole room and start from scratch again and it's not a big deal for them. Some people they need baby steps. Maybe today you'll do, the bed, and maybe tomorrow you'll you know take care of the closet and reorganize that. Maybe the next day you'll, you know, put your shoes in order. So whichever way that works for you, that's do whatever works for you, hun. But at the end of the day, create some type of process that works for you and something that you can follow through with and do. Because again, some people they could just reorganize everything in 2 seconds and it's in a day and they're good and they're fine. But other people, they need to do it step by step. But as long as you follow through and you go through that And you know what I suggest too? Also, maybe you need someone to help you with it. Maybe it's, your kid, your child. Maybe it's, a parent. Maybe it's your sister, brother. Maybe it's a neighbor. Whoever is around in your circle, take the time, because then that motivates you when you're doing it with someone. Okay, the third one, let's see. Communicate and implement your boundaries. So, let people around you in the particular environment know your boundaries. Make sure you're firm and explain potential consequences if need be. So, I mean, you know what I mean. In this scenario that I'm talking about cleaning your room, some people might be judgy and they're like, oh, you know, your room looks like I don't think you know what I'm saying. This is not something I want to do. I have the time to do. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be someone might be judgy because, you know, maybe for them it's easy to clean and for you it's difficult to clean. But you want to be around people that are supportive and make sure also that you also have your firm boundaries in place. If you know it, if you told them like, hey, you saying that makes me feel uncomfortable and this is something they continue to do, then you kind of know what you need to do at that point. You need to hold up your boundary and keep it pushing. But, if you talk to that person and, they are willing to change and, embrace that and move forward with them. So mindfulness and grounding practices. So I'm someone that believes in God and I believe in Christ. So for me, when it comes to mindfulness and grounding practices, I think of it in a more spiritual way. But here are some exercises. You can create a space for clarity. For me, that would be oftentimes in my car or in my room. And there's times where I'm overwhelmed and I do have to take some deep breaths. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'll literally just say, Gardite, breathe. And I'll inhale and exhale. And I'll say, Gardite, breathe. And then I'll inhale and exhale. So this is just one exercise that you can use to help yourself calm down. I call it a coping strategy. And what it does, it helps to release stress, tension, and distractions. Um, for me, or what it's saying is faith, gratitude, and intention setting. Um, the role of faith in realigning with purpose, practicing gratitude to shift focus from lack to abundance, setting daily intentions to create a sense of direction. Um, I think that's super important. Again, back to mindset. If again you something, let's say something happened where, I don't know, your car gets towed and you're like, oh, I'm super frustrated. What can you do in the moment? You know what I'm saying? To use what skill can you use in the moment to kind of calm yourself down? You know what I'm saying? And then be able to process so you know what you need to do next. Some people, they pick up the phone and call a friend, and that helps them to calm down. You could use the strategy that I just mentioned, inhaling and exhaling and breathing to help you to calm down. Um, but either way, or however you use your coping strategies, use it in a positive manner. And even in that situation, it's like I in a situation like that, I'd probably ground myself, um, have my feet flat on the floor. You know what I mean? I would definitely pray, ask God for guidance in the situation, and and really sit still and see if I could hear what God's telling me. Action steps in the situation or for this. Write down one thing you are grateful for and one small step you can take to stay aligned with your purpose this season. So I know one thing that I am grateful for is just even waking up this morning, having another opportunity to get it right. because I know even yesterday, we all mess up, we all make mistakes daily. But waking up the next day, I'm truly grateful to be able to see another day, to be able to have another opportunity to talk to you, to talk to Priscilla, to talk to my mom, to talk to my church family, talk to my children. It's really a blessing because I know everyone knows at least one person the past couple of months, if not few weeks, that they have lost. And just waking up the next day is just such a blessing because now you can set your intentions and your purpose on how not only could you move forward in your life in a positive manner, but you could help someone else. And so that for me, that's what I'm grateful for and I'm thankful for this season. Just a little stat. Um, So, according to resilienceassessment.com, in a large resilience assessment of adults, those with high resilience score 96 on a measure of perseverance, and those with low resilience score 49 on perseverance. In short, those who persevere will strive to improve, not give up, and stay engaged more than those who give up easily on their goals. Um, and the reason why I want to point this out is, you know what I mean? We have we have all been through something, and in that we've had to persevere. Every day that you choose not to give up and to keep pushing forward, even when you feel like giving up, because let's be honest, there's days that you feel like giving up. I know I've had those days where I feel like giving up because it's so overwhelming and you feel like you can't take another step and you can't deal another minute or even another hour. But even in those times for me, I I look at my children, I look at my family, I look at all the gifts that God has given me, and I know that I can push forward. I know that if he allowed me to wake up another day, then there's a reason and a purpose for my being, and therefore I want to continue to push forward in God's purpose. So I encourage you guys to continue to push forward and be resilient and persevere. Strategies for renewing resilience and focus. Um, Overcoming burnout and stagnation. Okay, so let's talk about the elephant in the room, right? Burnout and stagnation. Um, Recognizing when to pause instead of quitting. So sometimes there are times where there's so much going on and you do need to take a pause. You know what I mean? I know there's been times where I've had to pause and be like, you know what, maybe I need to take the take an hour or maybe take the rest of the day and regroup and then come back the next day and ready to be focused and on my game. Um, so I encourage you guys, instead of just quitting, to really try to feel that in your body, like, like, I feel uncomfortable. Why? And really think about, why do I feel uncomfortable? And you know what I mean? Instead of completely just giving up and quitting, pause and kind of figure out what's going on and figure out a strategy of what can I do in order to keep pushing forward. How to shift from self-doubt to self-trust. Um, self Self-doubt. I think we all at one point or the other struggle with self-doubt or even imposter syndrome, where we feel like we're not being genuine or we're not being real, or we feel like maybe this is we are doing too much and it's not going to work for us, or whatever the case may be, or whatever that self or negative talk is that we have. In order to shift to self trust, um, you have to remember what you have accomplished. You know what I mean? and oftentimes we miss those things because, when you're doing something that you love to do or you really like to do, you don't count it as anything positive. You just kind of skate over it or overlook what you've done that has been good, because you just don't see it as anything unordinary. But when you know we should follow through with things. But let's say you have a hard time this season following through with things, and you're able to follow through with meeting someone on time or doing a project on time or whatever the case may be. you know you celebrate the small wins, and in doing so you start to trust yourself in decisions that are put before you. For me, I connect with God, and I ask Him for guidance in certain situations. So it's not necessarily really self, because I have to lean on God and trust in Him. And in doing so, then I can trust the decisions that are going on. But for you to do that shift, you have to be able to recognize even those baby steps and the small wins that happen day to day. um, Reframing challenges as opportunities for growth. I mean, I think this is such a great strategy that you can use. So let's say you didn't make it to work on time, and work starts at 9. You showed up at 9:15. And it's been a tough week. Um, You know what I mean? Just giving yourself a bit of grace. Like, hey, this happened this week. This is not where I want to be. I want to get better. What can I do in ordering to get to where I'm on time? And maybe it's getting up a little bit earlier. Maybe it's going to bed a little bit earlier. Um, Maybe it's not being on your phone right before you go to bed. You know what I mean? Whatever that is, you know what I mean? Try to reframe your challenges and have it be an opportunity for growth. I always say, trying to find the silver lining in something, so I can give myself hope in the situation. Setting small, intentional goals, aligning goals with personal values and long term vision. So, um, as a family partner, I've done vision statements and goals, um, to where we'd write a 3 to 6 month goal and a 5+ year goal, and even a family vision. So I encourage you to do that for yourselves. Um, so I would say a small goal for me moving forward, or in the next 3 to 6 months, um, is to really get more education and get more certifications under my belt, so that way I'm able to serve not just in my business but in my community, and really help people get to the goals that they're trying to meet. So that's a small goal that I would like to accomplish in the next 3 to 6 months. A 5+ year goal could be purchasing a home, um, being going into investments or investment properties. That's just another goal that you could have for long term. But whatever the goal may be, or maybe going back to school, whatever the case may be, write down your goals. I highly encourage it. Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision, make it plain. Definitely do that. And you know, we when we're writing things, everything imprints. So I encourage you to take out a piece of paper and a pencil or pen, and write your goals. The power of community and self-compassion. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire. Um, I can't tell you how, for me, how life changing that has been, to be in around people that you know inspire me or encourage me when I'm going through certain things. To have a good support system is key to being able to renew and stay in renewed and stay in that positive mindset and stay on purpose. It's who you surround yourself with. Practicing self kindness instead of self criticism. And I know we're all guilty of that, including myself. Um, Practicing self kindness um, can look like, you know what, I am tired. Maybe instead of me pushing forward and making maybe bad decision, why don't I go home and rest? Because I'm overspent today. You know what I mean? And understanding that and feeling that and knowing that that's something I need to do. Um, instead of self-criticism saying that if I do this, I'm gonna really disappoint this person, disappoint that person. They're not gonna, you know, they'll be mad at me, things like that. Just, just be kind to yourself. An action step would be identify one small meaningful goal to work towards in the next 30 days. Um, that could look like many different things. That could be, maybe my job's not working for me and I realize I truly am not happy here. Why don't I update my resume in the next 30 days and start applying? You know what I mean? And that's just one goal right there, but there could be so many. But I'd encourage you to do that and to work towards your goal. And also to, find your community, find your people, and, you know, tell one person, maybe two people, whoever you trust, this is what's going on. And, you know, I need help. I need support around this. And I'm pretty sure that they'll support you. So think about ways you can implement baby steps. That's something I want you guys to think about, um, because it's not easy. Everybody's has a different, thing going on, different lifestyle, different situations, different family dynamics. But how can you implement that? Okay, so interactive questions and answers. Let's see. So, question. Um, is there any questions from anybody here, or is there something that you're struggling with that you want to work through? Um, One word, um, affirmations. So, I mean, is there affirmation that you kind of hold on to? Um, I know for me, in recent months, I would say gratitude, or be like gratefulness. That's a word that I've been holding on to, because every opportunity that I have, I'm truly grateful, and I try to stay in gratitude. What about you? Some examples could be peace, confidence, boldness, joy, focus. Um, and I just want to remind everybody also, in closing, um, if there's no questions or concerns, um, I want to remind everyone that renewal is a process, not a one time event. I encourage you to take small steps daily to stay aligned with your purpose.
I want to say thank you so much, Gardy, for everything that you have shared. This has been a very renewal, and what a great way to start Saturday a morning, and hearing all these things we could be grateful for. But I do have a questions because
Sure.
um and I want you to share with us because you are like when I see you, you glow in different spaces and you have so many things. You're juggling like me a lot of things, and on top of that, we're mental health providers. So one of the things that I want to ask you is how do we build resilience in navigating everything that we're going through, like administrative. We're experiencing, like jobs going. We're going through different adjustment. How do we navigate? And do you have any idea or tips that you could give people like me, that you could give that I'm a parent. I'm also in the mental health field, and
Mhm.
like you, we have a lot of things. We got work, all these things. What do you? And yeah, and I've been feeling like at times I also feel like, can I just get a brown bag and go like, because it's just a lot.
Yeah.
What can you share so we can, yeah, that's my question.
Um, some tips for resiliency. Um, it, you know what? I can tell you that. I mean, I put two scriptures right here, and I'll read them into your hearing, and then I'll go from there. But rejoice in the Lord always, and again I said rejoice. That's Philippians 4:4. And then rejoicing in hope, patience in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. So I can tell you for me, in being instant in prayer, um, has helped me tremendously, when I'm going through, or even picking up the phone and calling a believer, and saying like, "Look, I'm going through this. I need you to help me to pray about this right now," and just sitting there and praying. For me, prayer has been a staple and has helped me through the most the most difficult times in my life. And just being surrounded by people that truly care about me and want to see me succeed. Constantly being encouraged. For me, I go to church, and you know, I'm constantly encouraged by the word of God and by the preaching that align with what's going on with me in that current season, that current moment. And sometimes it hits me in a way, and it makes me think. And then in that thinking, I'm like, okay, what am I going to adjust in ordering to move forward? So for me, a couple steps that you can do, again, like praying in the moment, breathing, like I told you earlier, or I told everyone earlier, taking some time to breathe through things. Sometimes the major thing, you sometimes you'll get the most heaviest news in the middle of your day. You're having a great day, and all of a sudden, something hits you, and you're like, my goodness. I'll sit there and I'll just say, literally, Gardite, breathe, like, Lord help, you know. And then once I calm down, I go into prayer. Um, and ask God for guidance in that situation, because for me, when I lean on God, I feel like everything just turn somehow turns around, or I feel uplifted, or I get enough strength to keep pushing forward. And I feel that a lot of people are missing that because they're missing community, and a lot of people are looking for community. I think that's what we need to be looking for. For me, resiliency and how I have become so resilient is the community and the people that I've had around me, on top of my faith and the word of God, as well as praying and fasting.
I
So that's
Yeah,
that's that's it. And that's why on this slide I say choose joy today. Every
I
morning
love.
is another opportunity to be grateful for another day. And the reason why I say, and I'm harping on that, being grateful, is when you humble yourself and you're grateful for everything that you have, and it just I not only am I happy, but I feel that God just blesses you in a way where you can be a blessing to someone else. And for me, that's my purpose, is to be able to be a blessing to someone else.
I so agree with you 110%. I believe that our faith is what helps us stay grounded. It's like there's and we go through different tribulation and experiences, that when we have our faith and we're connected with the Lord, we like, okay, you take the wheel. This is
Mhm.
it. And one of the things that I have learned how to do in moments of hardship is to say, what do you want me to learn from this? And a lot of
Mhm.
times, what I believe that I found myself is the Lord's telling me, stay calm and I will
Mm.
guide you. And in
Yep.
the process of guiding me, like you said, He's inspiring me. I'm modeling to other people that
Mhm.
even on chaotic moments, I'm
Mhm.
still grounded, I'm still present, and I'm still there.
Mhm.
One of the things that you said that has been very important to me, and and I always share, and it's identifying our natural. You said it in a different word, but the way I capture it, and it was like identifying who is your support people, who are your natural people, and identifying those people that are aligned with your personal values. Why this is important to me? For me, for me, people that are aligned with my personal values sometimes are not the people that I think are closest to me. It's more the church, it's my sister in Christ, it's more my supervisor at times, depending on what's happening in my moment. That's who I can reach out. I can't reach out to my mom in certain things because probably her values are not the same as mine, and her idea of what I need to do in this moment in my life can sound judgmental, can sound
Mhm.
very opinionated, and that's not what a lot of times we need in moments of stuff. We one of the things that I want to share as we're wrapping up is that instead of let's surround ourselves around people that hold our hands and guide us without saying I told you so, or
Mhm.
saying things like you should have listened to me, or would you have done X, Y, and Z that would have oh, that's good that it's happening to you because you should have known better. Right, when we surround ourselves to people like that, what happens is like they kind of minimize that we're still human and we have
Mhm.
emotions and we go through things, and part of growth is making mistakes, is going
Absolutely.
through the fire, and that's where we get molded. This is where we grow. And yeah, I could go on and on, but this is what Resilience Saturday Facebook Live it's about finding that light in the midst of situation.
Absolutely. And the next this slide is we're coming to a close. I put you got this. You know what I mean? I you know that if you don't have anybody else in your corner, you definitely got us. You if you have no one else in your corner, you definitely got us. You got this. You can do it. You can set the boundaries for yourself and for your family. You can create a plan. Um, um, and you can believe in yourself and know that through Christ that you can do all things. And I've seen it for myself. I've seen him do miraculous things. I've seen him change situations so quick. It's unbelievable. And he can do it. You just got to believe.
Absolutely. And I really appreciate that you saying that because you again, I'm always grateful for the things that the Lord does. And I always tell people, say, like, oh, God has been good to me. And I'm like, He's been better with me. Right. And I think He chooses special people to give them special growth. And this is why we here and we inspire others. We model what resilience is on our day to day and empower, share that energy. Um, Gardi, yes. So, as you do your final takeaway, I also want to make sure that everybody sees. I did put Gardi link in the page. Please follow her if you have any question, want to connect with her. She is, and she could probably share this better than I could. But she's open to connect with you guys and provide you guys coaching and support as well. But share a little bit of that if you don't mind, because
Oh
you
yeah.
know this is a way that people also have connected with me, and it's a way like I do individual support at times, and I'm sure
Mhm.
that my support it looks very different than yours, and I think people will
Mhm.
benefit from that as well.
Yeah. So I do individual coaching as well. It's linked. There's a QR code on this page that will go directly to my page where you can look over the different options. I do have a digital course as well, um, that you can purchase, and it's about um, restoring the family and how to navigate the mental health system. Um, I do have a podcast as well, which I'm about to hopefully start recording again and putting more episodes out. And I do informational videos on different diagnoses, and different different diagnoses. So it could be trauma, depression, so on and so forth, and some tips that can help you along that your journey and along your way. So definitely check it out. I'm always posting. I try my best to post at least 3 times a day. Um, and my videos I'm about to completely ramp up. So I'm taking the time to actually put some time into more videos so I can really convey the message on perseverance, resilience, and purpose. So
Super, super. So the chat is there. I see people, I see Angelique say, thank you so much for, like, to be honest, and bringing the power of God in our life and how empowering he can be, which is amazing. I see people saying thank you. So there's different, I see it on my Facebook, but I also see some chats on Streamlight that I don't know if they connect. But I am so grateful for you. And if anybody has any question, now is the time. Or you guys can also connect with her individually. I'm getting other messages on my personal phone saying thank you. This was a great live. I needed this. Um, People telling me I was on my way to school. Thank you so much. This was great to hear. And guys, this is exactly what Gardy does to me a lot in the morning. I always also say, if you feel something in your heart and you think that you need to let it out and that people need to hear it, share it, because it may not make sense for certain people. It may not make sense to you, but it may make sense to that person that needs to hear it. And you never know what you do and how you could change someone's life by sharing positive energy and guidance. So any final thoughts, Gardy? Nobody's really asking me any
okay.
questions.
Um, definitely, you can connect to all my pages. So all my pages are connected with that link right there. So you can follow me on like Twitter and or X now, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I'm on all those platforms. So you can definitely follow me on that. You can definitely check out my website and book a session. I do free consultations as well. Um, so, and I understand people's lives are busy, because mine's is too. So I get it. But you know, if you don't reach out, how do you know what you can accomplish? So my hope is that I'm able to continue to impact lives, and that's what I'm gonna continue to do. And I hope to meet you all. I hope you can definitely DM me as well. Um, any way I can help, let me know. I'm here.
Thank you. And you already impacting. And we do that every day, every moment in our life. But thank you so much, you guys. Be blessed, and have a great day. And let's continue as the trees continue getting green and the flowers coming out. What is
Yeah,
it?
you see my flowers, right? That's why I wore this. Invokes
So
from
I you have flower, and
flowers.
my shirt says God is faithful. It says
Hmm.
God is faithful. I'm always like, and during these times, like the sun even looks different. um
Hmm.
and it's a way of saying that even like every face of and I think in the United States we see this, like every season comes something to embrace and be grateful, and there's a moment to hibernate. And the way that I see it is like fasting and connecting with the Lord, and then
Hmm.
here comes the spring, and here is the time where we get to share and bloom and explore and connect with people, because it is a time where we come out. And how do we come out and be safe and share what we've been doing, and how great God has been. But thank you so much. You guys have a great, and I'll see you next month. We'll be here again on the third Saturday. I kind of missed March brings 5 Saturdays, so it was a little bit of a mixed up here for me on my end, but I have it all together. And so it will be every Saturday at 10 o'clock. You guys have a date here at Family Consulting and Coaching. And yes, always open for suggestions, idea. I accept critics. That's the way I learn, even though I don't listen to all of them, but they
Mhm.
do that. They're
Well, that's how you learn.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yes, definitely.
feedback. I call it.
And you
I'm
learn
gonna
how to
put in a
identify.
positive feedback. That's what
Yeah,
I call that. I call it for feedback.
for
Whether positive
feedback.
or negative, it's for your growth.
Yes, and identifying, and that's also a moment for you to identify, is this feedback a positive one or a negative one, and also how you interact with certain people as well. Um,
Mhm.
but thank you so much, Gardy. I sending you love of hugs and
Oh,
hearts.
I love hugs.
Yes. You get in everybody on my Facebook Live, on Gardy and here. And we love you all. Have a blessed day. We're here for you. Bye.
Bye.